Pulsicans and Hexicans unite. What is going on, guys? This is the loudest megaphone in Pulse Chain land, the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between our fellow entrepreneur friends and the best damn crypto community around. Pulse Chain, you guys, and I am pumped today, as always. I'm always pumped, though, right, guys? I mean, it's just it's how I live my life, because the movie has already been written. The script is already written. It's up to us to play our part and act it out. What's going on, guys? How are we doing? Happy Monday to you. Beginning of the week. Things are looking good. I'll show you what I mean by looking good here in a minute. You're probably thinking like, oh, come on, Corey. The charts are red. Yeah, a little bit. To be expected, though. We've hit a if you look at the triangle of Pulse Chain, the wedge, we're hitting some resistance is all we're doing before we have to push our way out of that, which we will. But secret chart's looking sexy as all hell. I will even show you guys the secret chart. Let me bring it up for you. I know that's the real reason why you guys come here, is because you want to make sure we're in the right place at the right time and that we're not going to get scammed. And as always, man, there it is. I called this. I said we're going to come down and revisit this upward trend support line. At the very least, we could come down and create structure down here on top of the SEC FUD channel. I don't know if it's going to happen now because of where we are at in the cycle. Bitcoin's really starting to catch a bid, and we'll see what happens. But it could come down here, create market structure. Maybe it comes down here, creates a nice W, and then out. Or maybe it comes down, touches, and then it's out, and this would be that big W of market structure that we would need. Because it's on the weekly, right? So on the weekly, it's a line chart measured in ETH terms, pulse measured in ETH terms. And so at the very least, we're going to revisit this support right here. And it's like, once again, this is measured against ETH on the weekly, but this is still sexy as all hell. I still can't believe, guys, like it is fascinating to me that the PDI FUD is this. Isn't that crazy? That was the PDI FUD. What in the heck? That is crazy. SEC, no. Interpol, no. PDI FUD, yeah. Let's take it all the way to absolute Goblin Town. And here's Pulse. There we go. We'll probably, this against a dollar. We'll come down and retouch against this candle wick low of launch day. At the very least, what you think I said, it's way back here. Let me see. There it is. There's a candle wick low. Or maybe it's above. Let's look at a little bit above. That should be, yeah, it should be the candle wick low. So I might touch a little bit below my blue line there. I might be a little bit off. Probably right in there. 2840 as when we will, where we will probably settle down at. And if I can bring this up on the weekly, I'll show you what I mean. Reset chart. Oh, come on. Reset chart view. There it is. This is what I'm talking about as far as like the trend line. And I know my lines aren't perfect. I mean, if I line them up a little better, but it should line up where it hit that trend. Maybe if I draw the line from the top of the candle wick, but we hit that trend. But hey, we're going to break out of this wedge, in my opinion, whether it be up or down. That's to be unseen, or we don't know yet. Although we've kind of broke down already. This was that huge Wyckoff spring event, in my opinion. Once again, PDI FUD. I just can't believe that's what caused it. It's fascinating to me. SEC didn't create that big of a dip, but PDI FUD did. What? Just amazes me. Amazes me. So we're coming to the end of this wedge. It's a matter of time before we break out. And I think we're going to break out. You might think we're breaking down. That's fine. If you think we're breaking down, you can see that these wicks come up and like nearly touch the top of the wedge. So it does count. I think we're going to come down to catch the bottom again. Once again, it's not perfect. We'll coast sideways for a few more days, maybe a couple more weeks. And then decision time comes somewhere for Pulse Chain into May, beginning of June, right when I'm going to China is when we'll have decision time on this wedge. And so we'll see what happens. Once again, this is like the most simplest form of TA I could possibly do. I am not technical when it comes to all the different craziness. I like to keep things very simple. Look on the weekly, zoom all the way out, and try to project where we're going. Like, I don't care if in the short term we're going down 20%. Like, the TA guys will get down to the 4 hour, the daily, and try to figure all that out, right? Like, I don't care about that. Like, I want to know where we're going a month from now, 2 months from now, the greater picture. What are we going to be at sometime this year? Where is it going? That's what I want to know. Not, hey, are we going down 20% in the next 3 days? No, that doesn't do us any good at all. And if you're a short-term trader, that might do you some good. But be careful, because you could definitely get left behind and lose part of your bag if that's the game you're playing, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice, guys. I'm just a dude on the internet who speculates on his own money, his own mental health, and his own physical health, right? None of this is advice. So I just like to come and hang out with you guys and tell you what I'm doing and what my thought process is. So another fun, some fun thing to look at I want to show you guys is, if you guys aren't following Bob Lucas, I enjoy his outlook on market cycles. He was one of the first OGs that was talking about market cycles back in the day, I guess. I wasn't around from, forever ago. So he was undecisive in the last few months whether he was bearish or bullish, which is a little concerning because he is very adamant about the 4-year cycles. He follows it to the T. He's a firm believer in it. He's an OG Bitcoin guy. I respect his opinion. And he said today, he says, "Good morning, happy Monday. Nice weekly close for Bitcoin. Confirm a new weekly cycle. In a bull 4-year cycle uptrend, we should be resuming the bull trend with this confirmation." That's excellent news, guys. Excellent news. Weekly cycles rise for 15 weeks on average. Here is just week 4. Interesting. This is a phase to be bullish again and trust a long-term uptrend after a 4-month correction. That's crazy. We got a 4-month correction in Bitcoin. That is nuts. Bitcoin has no business trading below the recent lows in a bull market below the 74K going forward. Have to argue bear phase started. Yeah, if they started trading down there and started creating, some market structure, I can see that, how that would make you think, okay, now the cycle has shifted. But very bullish to hear that from Uncle Bobby. He is, like I said, one of the OGs. As you guys know, I share Collins, BTC and M2 money supply charts on here all the time. And actually, I don't have the most updated one. I'll get the most updated one sometime this week, guys, and I'll share it with you. But the BTC is following the trend perfectly on the M2. M2 is making new parabolic all-time highs, and it's been going parabolic for the last 3 or 4 months. And so it's just a matter of time, BTC, of catching up, which looks like we already did. And we're at the end of the month. That's when we predicted was the end of the month, beginning of May. And it looks like it might have started a little earlier than we anticipated, which is good. So now we need Bitcoin to run, pretty aggressively, which it looks like it's setting the foundation to do so. And then we need Ethereum to run against Bitcoin, which in May 7th, they announced an upgrade. And they announced an upgrade to be done on May 7th. And you tech guys probably know more of the details than I do. I don't know all the intricate details of what this upgrade is going to entail. But the fact that they're still working on ETH, they're still upgrading it. There's still a lot of people who are strong believers of that asset. And if ETH does well, Pulse Chain does well, the secret chart proves and shows you that, then we are all in for a good run this cycle, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice. Make your own financial decisions. with your money, I know what I'm doing with my money. So holding strong. If you got funds to dollar cost average in, it's always a good time to dollar cost average in when we're on dips. Right now, we're on a bit of a small dip in Pulse Chain, and you can go in dollar cost and be able to buy the back end of that massive wedge that I showed you guys. That once we reach the end of that wedge, there is going to be a decision point in the market, whether we go up, whether we go down, who knows? But my prediction is up. So this could be your last opportunity to buy the end of the massive bull wedge that has been forming. So totally up to you. Once again, not financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet who likes to speculate on my own money, but a lot of things are setting up nicely. So 105 you guys watching today. What is going on? We got 32 over on YouTube. Smash the like for me if you can, and then subscribe if you haven't already. 50% of you guys don't subscribe to watch my show. It's crazy. Come on, I don't flood the inbox. I stream maybe 3-4 times a week. Smash the subscribe button for me, the bell notification, and then that way we can keep bringing the good word of wealth creation and wealth preservation, all while not paying taxes. DeFiWealthTrust.com. It's in the description of the show. If you guys want to go and have your free consultation with Chris, he's a tax strategist. He can talk anything and everything about saving money on taxes and how he can help you. And then also the DeFi Wealth Trust, and creating one is completely free to create one. You don't pay any fees until you start utilizing the trust. So you could create one now for free. And even if you decide, hey, you know, I didn't make enough money in the bull run to really consider putting money in the trust, there's no harm, no foul. Yeah, you just, you don't pay anything. So, but it was there and prepared for you and ready for you had you, decided you wanted to use it. So once again, DeFiWealthTrust.com. Book a call with Chris, completely free. And then see you 83 of you guys on Twitter. Give me a retweet if you can. Help me there. Bring all the good word of wealth creation and wealth preservation to the land of X, what they like to call it now, instead of Twitter. And if you really want to help out, come over and like and subscribe on YouTube too. You don't have to watch me there. If you come over and do that, it just helps the algorithm. Boost the show so we can keep getting in front of more people and preaching the good word of Pulse Chain, baby. That's right. The best damn blockchain in crypto history, because we have the best damn community in crypto history. Maybe the only argument there would be like the early Bitcoiner guys, right? The cult of Satoshi. So, all right, let's check in with you guys, see what's going on here. Red Squirrel, oi, what up, my man? How are we doing? I am leaving the Shanghai in 5 weeks. I know you're not going to be in China, but I am following after you, good sir. I'll be out there, and we might go to Hong Kong. We might go to Beijing. I don't know yet. We got a few things on the docket. We might be doing the main thing we're going to be doing though is inheriting a house, which will be a lot of fun. My wife is, anyways. So IHTZaz Corey. You appreciate it. We miss you. Hey, my man, I miss you too. As always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Crypto Durgan, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Pulse Chain to the moon. I'm telling you guys, the setup is looking so good. I know it's taken forever, and I know the market cycle's running late. I get it, right? Like I think there's a great possibility that the final top will end somewhere in Q1 of 2026 now. Just because of like the way that the market cycle shifted, right? Which kind of makes sense. If you guys go watch that, not watch, but have you guys seen that, what's it called? Please in the chat if you know. It's a diagram that shows the best times to invest and the worst times, and the way the economy works and the way investments work, good times and bad times. I can't remember what that's called, that chart's called, but the time to invest and make money on that chart is 2026, saying that's when they make all the money, which if we have a blow off top in 2026, it lines up with that chart. It's Bayer, Bayer chart or Bayer something. Some guy created it in the 1920s or something around farming investing or something crazy. I don't know, but it's been accurate all this time. If you guys know, comment in the chat for me, so that way I can get the information correct to all you guys. But that would line up. That would line up perfectly. It's eerie how some of this stuff plays out. It really is. The 4-year cycles, the macro events, like even Trump and his tariffs, like he's just doing the same playbook he did last time. It's the exact same playbook. It's really eerie, man. I'm telling you, we're in a movie. The script's already been written. You gotta have the faith and lean in. Or you can capitulate and sell your bags and go move on. Like those are two choices, man. There's not a lot. There's not a lot to. That's not much else. I just hope price is up by the end of the cycle. Yeah, me too, King Joy. Me too. But I mean King J. But here's the thing, man. I mean, if you look at the secret chart, it tells us as long as ETH price is up by the end of the cycle, we'll be fine. But we need ETH to go. Make no mistake about it. If this ends up only being a Bitcoin cycle, which that is, there's never been such a thing. Okay, that's why I don't think it's like it's. But you see some people, some of the Bitcoin maxis, right? They talk about this a Bitcoin only cycle. Then yeah, of course, then nobody's going up. We need ETH to go up, and so that's the key here. We need Bitcoin dominance to break down, and it keeps making an all-time new high. Which is fine because this little high that it's making right now could be the blow off top. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Lucky Luke 369. Hey. Let's effing go. It is Monday, man. Today was cardio day. Got it in. Feels good. And we're here to crush the day. Tam, what is up? Good to see you too, Miss Tam. Keep up the good work of all the positivity that you bring to X. We love it. We love it. Cyber attack going on in EU, half without electricity. Are you serious, bro? Holy shit. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Damn. That pandemic 2.0. Oh, that's what you said. Pandemic 2.0. Yeah. Pandemic 2.0, man. I know they were saying that we're supposed to have a worldwide cyber attack though for the pandemic 2.0, where we all lose our internet, which would be quite, man, that'd be quite scary because like everything we do in our lives, everything is over the internet, including our money. Like I got most of my net worth in Pulse Chain, like the bulk of it, like almost all of it is in crypto. Like if there was no internet worldwide, oh shit. That would suck, right? Yeah, that'd be crazy, man. But we'll see. We all know what follows. That's true, man. Stuff like that creates money printers. Money printers go burr when shit like that happens. That's interesting. I wonder what will happen in the U.S. for Mr. Trump and not Trump, actually. What's his face? The Fed. Jerome Powell to turn the money printers back on. I am an optimistic person, but man, performance of Pulse has been rough. Worst performing L1 in crypto history. Can't help but laugh. I mean, the chart would tell you that we're performing the same as ETH since March of 2024. And everything else too has been performing like that. So the only thing we could have made money on, honestly, King J, was Bitcoin and maybe some Solana bullshit. If you know, but if I could have played the market cycle differently, I'd have just bought Bitcoin. I'd have bought a shit ton of Bitcoin at 15,000, held, and but now you should be probably rotating that Bitcoin in, right? As stuff is starting to come to an end, the Bitcoin dominance, meaning an ETH actually maybe starting to catch a bid and get upgrades. So, but yeah, that's the only thing you could have been in and been better, man. So I don't know. But it's performing better than ETH right now since March of 2024. You've been better being in Pulse Chain than in ETH since that whole time. It's crazy. Lunacy Point, it's an atmospheric phenomenon. I don't know what that is. Atmospheric phenomenon. Those are two big words that my little peanut brain has a hard time pronouncing. I'm about to look it up though, Lunacy Point. Only 6 to 8 months left in the cycle. We must go up at least a 10x. Oh, yeah, dude. 6 to 8 months, though. I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to get pushed out longer, man. I think we're going to go to Q1 of 2026. I do. Did you know Bitcoin just went through 4 months of downward price action? I don't know. Well, no altcoin season, right? Of course. I think it's going to Q1, man. I could be wrong. Once again, be prepared and sell your bags, right, on any altcoin season that we have. And then maybe you come back in on the dip with anticipations for a round 2, just in case it happens. But be mindful of it, that it could not happen, and maybe that is the blow off top if the market's like only lasting another 6 to 8 months. But I really believe now that we're going to push out into the beginning of 2026. Like these 4-year cycles, they don't have to repeat exactly; they just have to rhyme. So that's all it is. And since we've been pushed out so much, I really feel like the blow off top will be pushed out too. They need to rhyme. Smash the likes and hit the subscribe, guys. Come on, let's do it, King J. Thanks, man. Corey, you help keep me hopeful. Cheers to you. Thank you, sir. I just look at all the things that are happening and I do my damnest to keep my emotions out of the way, because it's like that's the hardest part, right? Like all this shit, dude. It is so hard to keep your emotions intact and look at it from a lens of, just a data analysis, right? A data analysis. That's really how the lens you need to be looking at through is like, okay, what does a secret chart tell us? What is going on with the macro events? What is going on with the Bitcoin dominance? All these things, they paint a picture, and it's hard. It's really hard, man. I've told you my story, man. I've told it multiple times on this show. It's been bloody and hurtful, bear market. It really has. And so I think we're all that part of the cycle is almost to an end. We need Bitcoin dominance to break down. That is the main key. That's it. That is the thing. What's funny is we have the best community, but worst performance. Can't make this up, man. I tell you, we're performing better in ETH. I'll show you one more time, just to prove it to you that we are performing better than ETH. Just to prove it to you. And ETH's the GOAT, right? Supposedly the GOAT. Where is, I have to bring the chart up again. Come on. Why is the chart not there? Let me bring it up one more time. There we go. Oh, that's right, because we went to look at against the dollar. But I want to prove to you one more time that we are performing better than ETH over the course of the year. Bring this back up. All right. Let's share screen. But this will prove to you we're not the worst L1. Ethereum's the worst L1. Since May 20th, we'll call it May 20th of 2024, you actually made money by being in Pulse Chain instead of Ethereum. Since May of 2024, you made more money by being in Pulse Chain than you did being in Ethereum. So there's your proof. And that's Ethereum. Like, I'd have to go through and compare it against AVAX and Phantom or now Sonic and all the other ones, but I guarantee that you'd see the very similar stories. All of them are. The only one that you couldn't compare it to, or the two, is Solana and Bitcoin. That's it. But look at this. You made money. In fact, you made an extra, let's say you put all your money in, I'm going to put it here. You made an extra 30% over the course of that year, roughly. 30% up on your money had you been in Pulse instead of ETH. There's your proof, man. Charts will prove to you. I just, tell you what I'm seeing. Most flooded coins besides Bitcoin, so it makes sense to have similar communities. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does make sense, in my opinion. See if we get the same price action, though. Now, Now, King J, that would be a freaking win. If we get the same price action Bitcoin got in the early days, oh my God. Ugh. Yeah. I believe it can, but I don't know if it can do it over this cycle. It might take multiple cycles. King J, don't mean to flood your chat with Debbie Downer. No, you're good, man. You're good. It's the emotions and feelings that we get, dude. I get it. Al, thanks for this, man. Yeah, the Bennett cycle theory. Yeah, that's it. So Bennett cycle theory tells us that the money-making opportunity doesn't happen until 2026, not 2025. Now, in 25, you want to be preparing. You want to prepare your bags. You want to prepare, look for the opportunities. And this is probably not only in crypto, but like in just in investments in general, right? Businesses, whatever. We see everything getting wrecked. Stock markets getting wrecked, right? Preparing for the opportunity to pick up these lows, these generational lows, and then ride them out to 2026, where it says that is where the money making, where people will make a lot of money in 2026. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's it. The Bennett cycle theory. It's called periods when they make money. Yeah, Banner cycle theory. Yeah, that's it. Banner cycle chart. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Not capitulating my bags now. Just got to ride it. That's the God honest truth. There's no point in capitulating now. Now, if you're a trader, you could we have some in our community that they'll sell part of their bags when they hit this resistance and they buy back in to try to gain that extra 20-30%. I'm with you though. I just ride it out, man. I just ride it out. So nice. I'm heading to the gym after the stream. Health as well. That's right, man. I tell you what, man, that is how I got through this bear market. Health and going to the gym and working on my health, man, has been just crucial for my mental sanity. I mean, absolutely crucial for mental sanity. This bear market, it has been absolute game changer. So, touching some grass. The myth, the man, the legend. What up, Crypto 7? Show me the money 777. Guys, go over and watch Crypto 7. He's always got the alpha. What is up, bro? Welcome to the show. Red Squirrel. Hey, Dave. The best show in the business, the Corey Geary Show. Thank you, Crypto King and Queen Show. I appreciate the kind words. I do what I can. I show up and I just show you what I'm seeing in the market and what I think, and how to at least look at it and interpret it from a positive mindset, right? Because there's nothing in life, guys, if you look at it through a negative lens, nothing will work out in your favor by looking through a negative lens. This is business. This is relationships. This is, I'm talking about your health. Like, if you look at it from a negative lens and a negative outlook, it will only repeat back negative. I believe life is, once again, like a movie, or almost like layers of matrices. And we could choose which movie we want to play in, or which outcome we want to come true by our decisions and by our thoughts and emotions. And if you're looking at everything through a negative lens, you're going to have negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts are going to project you doing negative actions, and that will determine a negative outcome or a movie or script or whatever. So I'm a firm believer that if you look everything through a positive approach, you will have positive outcomes and things will go more in your way. Does that mean you're still not going to be tested sometimes? Of course not. You're always going to be tested before moving up to the next level. It's just how life works. You're nothing ever comes easy. Nothing in life comes easy, period. It's just how it works. You will be tested to the point where you are going to break and you want to give up and just go home and lay in your bed and cry. That is literally to the point life will test you. But if you keep a positive outlook and you keep pushing forward and you work through those trials, you will make it to the other side, and there's heaven on the other side of whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever goal, whatever outcome. There's always the other side that you can get to by being positive and putting in the work. That's it. Nothing comes easy. And with crypto, part of putting the work is sitting through the effing pain and sitting through the dips and sitting through the volatility and sitting through the FUD. That's part of putting in the work and having the proper mindset to do so. So that's it. I agree. It could pump into January or February. Yeah, dude, it absolutely could, dude. Of 26, man, it could go. It could. I could see us doing an altcoin season this year, and Paul Shane doing well, right? Like Paul Shane catching a nice bid, and then I could see at the end of the year the Fed for the United States. We know M2 money supply is already going parabolic. We have other nation states already printing money, like China. But I can see at the end of the year where finally Jerome Powell goes, okay, I'll turn on the money printers. It's time. And then that will push that last parabolic phase going into 2026. Once again, pure speculation, guys. I got no crystal ball on this shit. But it's just fun to think through these things and analyze, because if you have more scenarios that you go through and analyze, and you're prepared. What other L1s have you diversified it to? What do you like out of Paul Shane, if anything? Other L1s, man, I mean, not much, man. I used to be a big Phantom guy last cycle. So if I were to diversify, I'd probably go into Sonic. Another one, a lithium was another one. I got a very small bag of a lithium because it's a cycle one, layer one that came out. It hasn't done too well yet. I think that one could do okay. It's got the narrative around there, the way the blockchain consensus mechanism is different. It's very much like Caspa. And so there's a couple. I'm not heavily invested in either one of those at all. I think maybe in a lithium I got $1,000, and I don't have anything on Sonic. Actually, I might have a little bit on Sonic because I think I got an airdrop from the Tang Gang. From those, no, it's 9mm. I think 9mm did an airdrop over there. So I think I had something over there. But like Sonic's got a lot of good opportunities. You can go over there, and there's a lot of DeFi opportunities over there. Phantom's always been a very DeFi specific type chain. So, and Pulse Chain, man, the reason why I love Pulse Chain, once again, cycle one, it's now in a market cap that is acceptable, where I think you can get some pretty mad gains. Overall, like if you take all the Richard Hart assets, put them together, the market cap's under 100 million. It's well under 100 million now, I think. You could get some pretty good gains, and we have the best community, the loudest community, the most passionate community in crypto. Period. So it's always boils down to the community, and we're building like crazy. So yeah, there's some reasons for you. But yeah, I'm not a maxi by any stretch of measure. I like Ethereum too. I don't have my money in ETH. For one, you see we're doing better in ETH. Okay, we're 30% up on ETH over the last year. And for two, like, ETH, maybe it gives me a 5x. I don't know if I'm lucky. Pulse Chain, I think I'm going to get a lot more than 5x. I could be wrong. Once again, I don't know. But I think we'll do better in ETH. We're leveraged on ETH. Imagine Warren Buffett buys Paul. Come on. Give him a call, man. I would love it. Yeah, I'm the man. Streaming and pushing the alpha. Much respect. I appreciate you, King J. I appreciate you. Shout out to Chris 7. Well, yeah, I love 7. He's a friend of the channel, and I'm a friend of his. 777. My man, absolute power of positive thinking. Bro, it is everything in life. I am where I am at in my life because of the power of positive thinking, period. That's it. Is because of the power of positive thinking and following through and having discipline too. But to have discipline, it starts with the positive thinking. Like all those things kind of loop in together, right? But it starts there with the emotion. You got to have the emotion. And I know it's hard sometimes. I get it. Like, hey, but that's also why I'll disconnect. And that's why I'm not like as plugged in as everyone else sometimes. That's why I go to the gym. Man, like I said, the gym has been one of my saving graces. My health, working on my health, working on peptides and bioregulators and learning all that stuff and how it affects my body and nutrition. And I have been just a student of this for the last, year to year and a half now. Probably not quite a year and a half, probably about a year. I don't want to give myself too much credit there, but it's just, I've been just, nose to the grind student of the game when it comes to health and fitness, period. And that's helped my mental sanity with crypto. That's for damn sure. Urban Productions, what up, man? Things that come easy, you don't last. Yes, correct, man. Nothing in life, because my dad told me that when I was a kid. He goes, nothing in life will come to you easy. Okay, what does that mean? You got to work for it. You got to earn it. You got to show that you want it. You got to have the discipline. And he taught me these things when I was very young. And so that, at least that part always stuck with me. There's no such thing as easy money. You see right here, even though people think crypto is easy money, right? Easy money. It's not. Like, look at the bullshit you have to go through to get to the rainbows, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? It's just, there's no easy money. There isn't in life, right? Creating a business, that's not easy money. It's freaking tough. It sucks. In fact, you might have some that fail and you might end up getting some debt from it and doing the opposite of what you hoped the business would do for you in your life. I've had it happen. It sucks when you lose money. It's just how it works, right? But nothing in life, man. It's just so true. In your relationships too, man. If you want a good relationship with your wife and keep that good relationship, if you want a good relationship with your kids and you want to be their best friend, but the best dad that they possibly had, you got to put in the work. And it's not going to be easy. And there'll be times that you don't feel like doing it. It's just going to be times you're like, man, I just want to sit back and play the new Oblivion game that came out, right? Like, I love that game. Xbox just released it. Right. But it's like, no, I'm not going to freaking play this game. I'm going to go and spend time with my daughter, and we're going to go through and we're going to teach her all the animals that she needs to learn and how they, and how to pronounce the names, right, correctly, and work on speech and work on, getting her primed for kindergarten. And we're going to work on this for an hour a night. And for her, it's not going to come easy either. She has to sit there and I make it fun for her the best I possibly can. You got to, because it's the only way they engage with you, kids. But it's just how it goes. And adults, it gets getting any easier. I mean, I only think you say is maybe somebody who won a lottery, who actually won the lottery, but even those guys have been giving that money back most of the time. 9 times out of 10, those guys get the money back and they're broke right back where they were because they never got mentally rich. They were only physically rich. So the mental didn't match up with the physical, and so they lost the money. So Pulse Chain is leveraged on ETH, and most is leveraged on Pulse Chain. Let's go. I'm the mostest with the mostest. I'm really not. Some of you guys have more most than I do, but I love my most. And my fan base. Okay, let's do that. Me and my fan base are the mostest with the mostest. That's what I'm gonna start saying. Me and my guys and gals are the mostest with the mostest. Boom, baby. I know we equal up 1 or 2 or 3 wells. That's for damn sure. So I'm still stoked about most, man. I got a bag. I'm holding on to it, and I'm happy I got it because I'm not missing that ride. I feel like it could. I mean, like, hey, look, do I have more confidence in Hex? Of course. And it's also most isn't my biggest bag either. It's not bigger than my Hex bag. But if it were to go, dude, imagine it could be like the dog whip hat for Pulse Chain. If Richard Hart wanted to have a dog whip hat for Pulse Chain, well, he could do that with most. Market cap is like $10 million. OA owns 80%. That's why you got to take that out when you're looking at Deck Screener. Market cap is like $10 million. He could absolutely send that coin. Send it. I could be totally wrong. What's up, fam? Conspiracy Crypto. What is going on? How are we doing, good sir? How are we doing? And then we got Fast Abdul. He's here for the tech. I'm here for the gains. You build the tech. I make the gains. I like that relationship. But that's also why we're the mostest with the mostest, is because we like the gains, Fast Abdul. That's what we're doing over here on the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, and not paying taxes. Remember, guys, go book a call with Chris at DeFiWealthTrust.com if you don't want to pay taxes. Only if you live in the U.S. still, guys. We are working on trying to find relationships, outside connections for you guys, like in Europe. I don't know if Canada, You guys pay taxes in Canada, right, Fast Abdul? I'm sure you guys pay a lot. Shit. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hop out of here. That was good for a Monday. Go hang out with your family, with your loved ones. Go hit the gym. Go do things in your life that are positive, that make you feel good, right? And remember, nothing comes easy in life. It's just how it goes, right? Including Pulse Chain. It's just not going to come easy, man. And we've already set through 2 years of the effing pain, man. I mean, I told you guys my story of me moving to Puerto Rico, and then when I was back home visiting, the SEC hit them, and like, dude, that was like the worst feeling of all time. And I still DCA'd while I was coming out, living here in Puerto Rico. And I'm almost at the end of my journey here in Puerto Rico. It's great. I've got to the point where now I'm like, okay, if I go 7 more months, I can go home in Arizona in 2026. I still have all of 2026 to take profits too and not pay any taxes. It's great because I've earned so much time on the island. Was the shit easy? No, it fucking sucked. It sucked. The infrastructure sucks here. The humidity sucks here. The power's always going out. The roads suck. Getting any due processes done. The schools suck. It all does, dude. But like when I get back to Arizona, February of 2026, it's gonna be nothing but love, and I would save a shit ton of money on taxes. And it was a great experience. It was a great experience for me and my family to be here. So there's a good example right there. Nothing comes fucking easy. Nothing in life that's worthwhile comes easy. Period. End of the day, in the story, that's just how it goes. It takes work, dedication, and the right mental framework. You have to start with positive emotions. As on that note, I'm getting out of here. Peace. Love every single one of you.